Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. Sorry, 1 minute.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please, quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day.
Many hours ago, all eyes are still on Charlottesville.
Alaska.
And, with the championship landing right here in our own state.
Ooh.
The NCAA and the Cavaliers hoisting that trophy. And this is an exciting day for us.
I'm a Maryland guy,
Well, yeah, but you're...
I'm a DMV man.
Yeah, you serve the DMV, man.
Yes.
So grab it. Run with it.
Thanks for rolling with a homie.
And what's great is that it took a lot of letter writing. But on the phone right now is the head coach of the University of Virginia Cavaliers, Tony Bennett. Tony, are you there?
You know I go from rags to... That's great that you hit that sound. that worked great for the bit. Absolutely, with your big fat thumb. All right, hey, you know I go from rags to riches. Hey, boys.
Hey, Tony Bennett. There you are.
Tony Bennett. What a game. Hey, what a
career
game,
in music
man.
and a career in sports, Mr. Bennett.
Man.
Congratulations
Fantastic.
all around.
You've been at it forever, man.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Can I ask for you? I know this is an audio medium. Can you describe physically what you're doing right now as we thank you for being such a great coach?
I'm putting my hands together like I'm praying, and then I'm hugging myself because I'm filled with so much joy. Wow, what a game, huh?
Mr.
Boy,
Bennett.
that was some kind of contest, last year coming into the tourney and going out in the first round. A real heartbreaker, yes, sirree. And to come back and be the #1 seed and then to beat those pesky Red Raiders. I gotta tell you something that's fantastic. Yes, sir. Did I mention I'm over 90 years old now?
Yeah, you are. But really, you look so good there on the court side, rooting your team to victory.
I left my
Mr. Bennett.
Tony?
Mr. Bennett.
Coach?
in Minneapolis. What do you want?
Do you have anyone special you want to thank? I know that you have a remarkable...
I'd like to thank personally DeAndre Hunter. Boy, what a game he had. Yes, sir, man. I tell you, he was on fire. We wouldn't be national champions without him, And how about, and I'd like to take this opportunity, if I may, to congratulate all those fine young men at Texas Tech. What a shame they couldn't cut it. I hate to
Tony,
be
always
bitter like that.
I bet a lot of your
this is
friends
great.
have been reaching out to you since the victory. Have you spoken to Lady Gaga?
No, I haven't had an opportunity, but I'm sure she'll call me when she gets an opportunity. Can I mention also you can get all the UVA championship gear at Fanatics and Dick's Sporting Goods. Make sure you check them out.
So,
Surreal, baby.
Tony-
Whoa, yeah.
Tony, in your office at UVA, you've got a poster of Rocky
Hold on
Balboa.
just a second.
Oh,
I hate to interrupt you
That's
here.
fine.
Oh, gosh. I got a little pain in my pee-pee.
Oh, in your pee-pee.
Yeah, I got herpes.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
It's really tough.
I know that you had a faith...
Still biting me at this advanced stage. It
throwback.
gets worse when you get older.
Well, I know your resistance
It's like
gets lower.
shingles, but on your
so
penis.
much worse when you're elderly to carry that around. That baggage, boy, that dirty whore.
I know you.
Oh my God! Why did
You
you
ran a-
give that to me?
You had a
Yeah.
faith-driven season.
Life is lonely on the road, Rob.
I
Life
understand.
is lonely on the road. That's for sure. Yes,
Since you had
sir.
such a successful faith-driven season with the Cavaliers, do you think you should take a moment and pray on your herpes?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let me see how I do that.
Oh, my God.
Hey, let me just say, that 3 by DeAndre Hunter
Yes.
in OT was so special.
Yeah.
And it was really wonderful. And my boys came out in overtime and killed it, didn't they, man? Yes, sir. Hands together, hug my body. Oh, there's the Cavaliers. Yes.
Tony, in your office at UVA, you've got a picture of Rocky Balboa.
Yes, I do.
On
yeah,
the
to show 'em
steps.
we can win. We can win the championship.
So that you talk about what that signals to everybody that you're the underdog. You want to take down the champs. What does that mean to you personally when you look at that poster now, knowing that you're a champion?
It's real simple, Oscar Santana. It's a big fat contract for me. Lifetime Achievement Award goes out to Tony Bennett. See the athletic director in about an hour. I'm looking forward to that because I hold all the cards. I'm going to flash my pinky ring in his big kisser and say, show me the money, baby. Oh, yes, sirree. Yeah, because, college isn't about education. I think Lori Loughlin proved that. It's all about the winning basketball team. That's right. The Cavaliers, they got a lot of eggheads on that campus. Well, we showed them we're the dumb jocks, and we control the world now. Whoa,
We're talking to UVA head coach Tony Bennett. Now that you have the championship, now that you've had a successful recording career, do you have some time now to focus on either your crappy painting or your untalented daughter's career?
I'm not going to worry about that. I'm planning to spend the rest of the summer going into my little studio and painting clown faces. Yes, sorry, so multi-talented. Lots of fun. Yes, sir. Yeah, and we're gonna send those little morons packing back to Lubbock.
No,
well, we already
Tony.
did. We already had a big parade, and they were high-fiving us and all that.
It's unseemly. A lot of
days
celebrating.
You can't take the summer off because it looks like
what day is it? Wednesday? Oh man, I am so high.
Oh, he's jazz
looks
cigarettes.
like you're scheduled to visit Wolf Trap this summer. Are you still going to make that date?
Yeah, I'm going to keep all, even though I won the national championship as coach of the Virginia Cavaliers, I'm going to keep all my concert dates for the people that want to come out and see me. And they're going to say, man, how can he know so much about basketball and sing like a nightingale? I don't get it. Oh, so much fun being me, Tony Bennett. Yes, sir. Let me tell you something. For all the Virginia Cavaliers fans and people that enjoyed our wonderful championship run through the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, and the Final Four, I have to say, go buy my records now, okay? I can always improve my sales. Even when I'm 102, I'll steal a Frank song, okay? Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you when you're young and hot, and I am. That's why I'm able to coach a Division I basketball team and also maintain a very elaborate concert schedule during the summertime. Whoa, is me. Hey, holding something's at the door. Hey, leave those flowers out on the porch step. Thank you. Oh, much obliged. Yes, sirree. Hands together and a hug for my body. Yes. Tony Bennett. Yes, yeah. Boy, what a nice venue that U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota is.
You love it?
Oh, man, yeah. Let me tell you, and Jim Nance.
Both
I always
great.
get that wrong. That's
Both
my
great.
senior moment. I really am. I'm a senior citizen doing a senior citizen. Hey! Jim Nance, he smells just like rose petals.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
smells so sweet. And what a great time it was. A good time was had by all.
Do you have
All right,
any,
except for the Red Rebels or the Reading Raiders or whatever their name is. Who cares? They're going back to Lubbock. Losers.
Do you have any pregame rituals that brought you
Yes.
luck this year?
I do. The players don't even see this, but I'll share it with you, Rob.
Yes,
Rob
thank you.
Spiewak,
Thank
since
you,
you asked me
Tony
that question.
Bennett.
All right, well, before every game in the NCAAs, I would go into my dressing room, and I would put on my foundation makeup, and have a teeny tiny glass of champagne right before I go out to the floor. Just a tiny little one. Then it's into my tuxedo and out on the floor, on the hardwoods. Yay! How
What about
that? Tony Bennett, Coach of the Year.
Did you always find that 7 pills a day was a hassle?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I like taking 1 or 2. That makes the sores go away.
Just keep them at a dull roar?
Boy, some things people never forget, especially disc jockeys. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a good time was had by all. But, it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
I just like to thank all my kids. They're fantastic. I'm old enough to be the father of the father of the father of most of those kids.
You're
You know
old enough
that?
to have
And,
invented basketball.
yeah, I'll tell you, and I said, by the way, I told him right before the season started, listen, you listen to my music before this game, none of that rap crap. No
Oh,
way,
you don't like
how.
rap? No?
Well, I'll collaborate, if it's going to put on my bottom line.
Did you do something with Drake?
Together. No, not at all. No. I don't want to. I'd work with Snoop though, because he and I like to gang up before concerts.
Right on.
If you know what
Tony,
I mean.
one final question for me. If you
One
don't
final
mind.
question is perfect. I'm ready to get out of this bit too. Absolutely. You have no idea. Absolutely.
When you started playing basketball, the hoops were actual baskets.
Yes.
Now that they actually use nylon and nets and steel or carbon fiber, depending on the actual hoop, how has that changed the game?
Well, when I used to talk to Mr. Naismith, who of course invented the game of basketball,
Doctor,
I said,
right?
Listen,
Yeah.
you can't, Dr. Naismith, you can't work on these peach baskets. You got to have something with. Look at the size of these boys. They're incredibly talented and they're incredibly strong. They're gonna smash your peach baskets to bits when they do a slam dunk. Are you crazy? And he said, "Shut up, Tony." He waited 388 days after a crushing setback that might have sunk a lesser team. I left my heart in Charlottesville, Virginia. Hey, salute to you and all your listeners. And remember, when you're going to go out there for a little sexy time, boys, do what Tony Bennett now does.
What's
Double
that?
bag it. Amen, brother.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
So, what's the plan?
We're gonna watch that bank like a deer feeder. In time, we'll be right. Now, let's see what they got to eat here. Howdy, ma'am. How you doing today?
Hot, and I don't mean the good kind. So what don't you want?
Pardon?
What don't you want?
Oh, well, I think I'll just,
You know, I've been working here for 44 years. Ain't nobody ever ordered nothing but T-bone steak and a baked potato. Except this one from New York tried to order trout back in 1987. We don't sell no goddamn trout. T-bone steaks. So either you don't want the corn on the cob, or you don't want the green beans. So what don't you want?
I don't want green beans.
I don't want green beans either.
Steaks cooked medium rare.
Can I get my steak cooked just
That want no question.
All right.
Iced tea for you boys.
Iced tea be great.
I'll see you. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Well, tell you one thing. Nobody's gonna rob this son of a bitch. My word.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
What don't you want? What don't you want? Hey, live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're all the way from Perth, Australia to Maricopa County, Arizona, from Pine City, Minnesota to Cedar Key, Florida, from Felton, Delaware to Corcoran, Pennsylvania. Sorry. Sometimes it's hard for me to get out of the impression.
Just
The Mike O'Mara
hug
Show
yourself and be done with
is,
it.
is on now. And brought to you by LightStream. Hey, you know what feels great? Paying off high-interest credit cards and getting a lower rate and saving money. It really, really does. I've done it. I've done it with LightStream. It's just the best, I must say. LightStream is the answer. Refinance your credit card balances with a credit card consolidation loan from LightStream. Get a fixed rate as low as 6.14% APR with auto pay. Have you looked at credit card rates lately? That's a deal, people. Get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000. There are no fees. You can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. Plus, LightStream is a division of SunTrust Bank, one of the nation's largest financial institutions, so you can have complete peace of mind. I love it. I know you will, too. Want to save even more? Our listeners can get an additional interest rate discount, but the only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/TMOS. That's lightstream.com/TMOS. Subject to credit approval. Rate includes a 0.5% auto pay discount. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/TMOS. lightstream.com/.
Come on, Tony.
Visit lightstream.com/TMOS for more information. Thank you very much. I try to test myself when I'm reading those disclaimers because I do them live. Live!
You're one of the best. You're one of the best. I love when you do
it. We'll do it live, but sometimes I mess up. Welcome to the show. I also mess up when I say want to say Jim Nance and I say Jim Vance. I don't know why.
Why is that?
Maybe I'm thinking about Jim Vance. Maybe I am, and maybe it's the fact that Jim Nance spells his name Nantz and not Nance. But then that's neither here nor there,
right?
You know, I mean, what are you going to do? Anyway, would you like to open the Yak Shack for today, since it is Wednesday?
Yak Shack.
All right. Let me explain. I don't want to start bitching about the Yak Shack, all right? I really don't. But I did the very best I could with about 25, 30 of these calls, which are steadily coming in. If you'd like to call the TMOS Yak Shack, the number is always open. It's 888-920-6673.
And I don't think we should call them yak. We shouldn't call them calls. They're yaks. You went through 25 yaks.
Sure. It's 888-920-6673. And you know, I would describe this week's series of yaks as a little odd. That's just the best way that I can describe it.
In a good way?
We can decide?
Yeah, we can decide. Would you
like Fox News.
Yeah. I have, I hold in my hand, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got a bunch of them.
Okay, good.
Let's start with, this appears to be, and it's hard to decipher because it's so weird, but it appears to be a Rob-hating weirdo from Leesburg.
Oh, excellent.
Let's start. That's just the first one I got. You sent them to me. I put them on here.
Hi, fellas. This is Uncle Albert. That's Albert with 2 B's. And I'm from Leesburg.
Now, it seems to me this gentleman is perhaps has the television on loud, or he may be at a wild party. I can't tell.
Or is he trying to paint a musical tableau? Because he's obviously using a character voice, so maybe he's like running a background thing.
I don't know. Let's listen, shall we?
Please. Oh, fellas, I got a good one for you. Did you hear about the man with the wooden leg named Smith? I think it's a category. And what about the old woman that lived in a shoe? A monkey ripped her face off.
By the way, this is the first call that I listened to. This is the first call on the Yak Shack that I listened to.
I think he's doing Ed Wynn, because these are Ed Wynn-style jokes from Poppins.
Okay, let's listen.
She's very brave. Oh, fellas, I just love to have fun. You know why I love to have fun, guys? Because fun is the best thing to have. I don't like toil. Cheeto head presidents, school shootings, none of those things bother me. There's only one thing that can get me down. You know what that is? That bitch Reba McEntire posing as Colonel Sanders. Oh, dear. Oh, my. Must think happy thoughts. Chrissy Metz is fat. FDR.
Do you see it turning here? Do you see it turning?
I do.
He seems to be attacking you now. Or maybe the whole thing.
The mania is hypnotizing.
It is, and I like that now that the music.
Why I put it in there.
The music that stopped that was behind him, and now his words carry more gravity.
He seems hostile.
He does.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Cripple. Oh, that's better. Anyway, I gotta go, fellas. Jane and Michael are coming over. You know, Mike, Jane is smart, but Michael's strong. Anyway, we're gonna binge watch episodes of Petticoat Junction. Be Benaderet.
All right, I just put it up for you. I'm not quite sure.
There's a Joker trailer out there for the new Joker movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
From Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker.
Yes.
That call was more terrifying than Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker, which I thought was sinister in itself.
That guy is a guy that listens and takes notes in a little notebook, little spiral-bound notebook, and he's writing things down. So I want to send my best to him.
Okay,
so we are friends. Know that.
The next call is for Maddie. Let's listen.
Oh, hey guys, this is Ryan from Indiana. I don't say Tuesday, nor do I say when will they be back? But I do have a question, looking for the young lady perspective on the whole Joe Biden controversy right now. So wondering how Maddie feels about it. Thanks, guys.
Maddie Masiello, how do you feel about the Joe Biden controversy? Do you have any thoughts on it? Does it matter to you? Do you pay attention to that? Lots of different questions, but that question was directed at you.
Sure. So I love Joe Biden. And I think each kind of situation when it comes to the Me Too movement is very nuanced. And I think we touched on that on the show before. And I think a lot of the times kind of the left picks on the wrong people and is never satisfied with some of their allies, if that makes sense.
We eat our own.
Wow.
Maddie on our staff.
Wow.
That was a good answer. That was a good.
How was your dad when he was a mayor? Was he a touchy-feely type mayor?
Oh, he hugged me a lot.
Okay, that's quite enough.
Hey, Tony,
I'm going to defend her.
getting handsy.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's a good answer.
It's a great
I
answer.
totally agree with Maddie. It's like the left lighten up a little bit, okay? Stop, really, go against your instincts to self-destruct. Left. Okay, my people. All right, let's take another call right here. This I don't remember them all, but I wrote down CPAP love for this. So, God help me.
Hey, Mike. This is David from Charlottesville, Virginia. I asked you not. I had a very similar experience to you when I was getting my CPAP service.
Oh, okay.
I was at this hole-in-the-wall strip mall medical center care place in the middle of nowhere in my town. And there was this lady who had a giant, large pizza on her desk.
Oh, no.
Had it cracked open and hardly looked up from it when she was trying to help me. But I don't know. There's just something gross about a woman in a CPAP store or a person in a CPAP store eating pizza. I got the Rob Spiewak fat neck, so, I got the apnea. I'll tell you, I'm a 32-year-old guy, so. It's not just
32.
It's not just older folks.
Thank you.
Not that I'm young, but
yeah, I get it.
I just wanted to let you know, pizza and fast food in these other establishments is pretty normal. That's awful. All right, guys.
It's awful. I agree, caller. Thank you very much for the call. And let me just say, that's any retail. That's any eating, but especially medical offices. And by the way, yesterday had a doctor's appointment with my doctor, who I really enjoy. Really nice guy. But at the same time, we wanted to see if we could get in early because we were just running early yesterday. And we called and said, we will be back from lunch at 1:30. It's one of those offices where they
shut
all
down.
Everybody leaves.
Get that. I don't get that. Do they collectively have to feed all together? Is it a camaraderie thing? What is it? Is it something where research has shown that the office works more efficiently if they all suck down their sandwiches at the same time? It does not make sense.
I think it's just the fact they know they can get away with it.
Why do
they hold all the cards.
Take no appointments after 4 p.m.?
That's right.
Yeah.
Because, deep down they don't care.
Like, I can come after
They're
work.
like Wegmans.
They don't care. Oh, you took a lot of heat from about Wegmans.
Everyone can piss off.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You're in the minority.
Well, yeah, you know what?
Just me.
Brilliant people are often in the minority.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. No. The truth is seldom popular.
Well, anyway, if you're gonna, but if you are going to eat, put it in the back room and go, and then and also eating.
You talk about all retail
should be confined to when you're on your own, or you go out, or you have an office and you shut the door.
If you're eating
you eat constantly on the show. Eat it
fine.
Okay, what about a
power bar is fine.
What about a burrito?
This is different. A pizza.
When you eat during this show, you are disrespecting
our
audience.
Yeah.
A bagel disrespects you?
During the show, how many times? I am 400 times fatter than you are. Have you ever seen me outside of doing shtick eat during the show?
No. Not at all.
I have actually. I eat between shows. When
yes,
we're doing
that's
the bonus
true.
show. I'll have a little nosh occasionally, but
also it's part of it is that you and I were self-conscious. He doesn't care.
No, that has nothing to do with it. No, it's not self-conscious.
I'm not having a
eating.
full course meal. I'm having
I don't like to eat.
Would you have a full course meal, Mike?
What are they called? I don't eat that much.
Well, it'd be like a 5-course meal.
No, I just don't like when I go into a business and someone's eating, or they've got their food, their stinky food. Same thing on a plane.
And especially
don't bring a stinky sandwich on a plane.
If it's messy food or stinky food, no.
Right.
But if I've walked in to get a haircut and the gentleman or lady who's working is having something in the back. And
and also if they come out chewing, I'm not a fan.
I get it. So I will say, they say, oh, she's in the back of her lunch. I said, tell her to take her time. I would rather not have that.
Pressing the tongue up to the teeth to lodge out whatever seed or
loosen the scrap of onion.
I can also,
disgusting.
Because I remember when my mom worked at Elizabeth Arden, when she was packed with appointments, she would barely get a chance to eat, so she had to sneak like a 5-minute lunch.
Really?
So I empathize with
I think it's on employers too to free up
allow
the people
time
to have a.
Agreed.
But if you've got, say, let's be conservative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say there are 6 people in a doctor's office.
Okay.
Can't you do shifts of 2 or shifts of 3?
Of course.
As opposed
shutting
to
down of the office overall, that is. When I see that means they're doing too well and they're too jammed because they can't. They can't either answer the question. This is what it is in my eyes. They either don't have the brain trust to answer the questions that come in from noon to 1:30. So the doctor doesn't want a stack of calls when he comes back, that he has to call back every patient to say what they have answered. Or B, they're doing so well that they can take those hours of operation off and they don't want to pay the employees for those hours. They say, hey, we have an open lunch. We don't pay you for this time. It's not considered part of your 8 hours. Move on.
On a sidebar note for the doctor's office, when I walk into a waiting room and someone is 3 chairs down and they're going, oh, does it make me a monster to want to stand up and look at them and say, yeah, we know you're sick. So for the next 2 minutes while you're around the people around you, exercise just a modicum of self-control.
Stifle.
You don't need to cough that much.
Get a mask.
Yeah. You don't need to cough that. Get a mask and stop hurling your expectorant out into the public. Bitch.
I wonder why grown-up doctors don't do what they do at the pediatric facilities where they have a sick waiting room and a well waiting room. They really ought to have that.
Why not more video games?
Yeah.
And it always gets back to our chiropractor in Fairfax, Rob.
Oh, that
where
guy.
the lady came in and they would put you on a community table where they'd give you the little electric stimulation on your back. And there were 1, 2, table 3. There were 4 tables, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. And there was this big lady who was across from me. And the whole time I heard her with her electrics on, she's going, oh, sick as a dog, sick as a dog. And then, because he was a cheap chiropractor would bring us out into the middle where you got to look at everybody else get why have a private room when you can look at everybody else get adjusted? And she's still going, and he takes his index finger and he puts it up on her sinuses and she's going, oh, that's good. That's good. And then he did go over and wash his hands, but it's like, okay, Mike, you're next. I said, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm getting any virus. It's in your pores after you were working. After you were working on this manatee for an hour with her sinuses.
Shame on us for going to him because he was convenient.
And I'm fat. I can make a fat joke. Thank you very much.
Which he was. He was convenient, but he was also a guy that liked attention because do you remember he had framed pictures of him singing karaoke in the office? He specialized in Neil Diamond.
I want to do business with you.
And so when he would take us out, and he said to me once, he'd say, I had, it was that time of year. He says, do you want me to adjust your sinuses? I said, no, I don't want that at all.
Might have worked, but I mean, when I saw him, I'm like, I'm doomed. I am absolutely doomed. Let's take one more and then we're going to take a break here. This call is simply labeled Asleep at the Wheel.
Hey, this is Jeff from Calvert County, Maryland. I'm currently on a 600-mile road trip south and pretty tired. It was awesome to get to hear the promo trying to hypnotize me and telling me my eyes were getting heavy. I have given up caffeine for Lent, so this has been very difficult. I'm afraid that promo is going to cause traffic accidents. Regardless, I hope you all are having a great day. Love you guys. Love the show. Take it easy.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. That's lovely. So what promo is he referring to?
Allison did a promo. Remember, you're getting sleepy.
Well, they all run together. Anyway, let's take a break and we will come back with more fun. No, that's terrible. I love the promos. Nobody loves them more than I do, right?
The biggest fan.
Absolutely. We'll take a break, come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Cruel.
Hey, it's me, intern Dahlia. You know how everyone always says that the best things in life are free? Well, that's just communism infiltrating American culture. In America, we pay for things because if we don't, the commies are going to replace every American flag with the hammer and sickle. Do you, our loyal listener, Want your independent wealth stolen by Soviet ideals? I think not. So buy the Mike O'Mara bonus show.
That's right,
Pay for your entertainment, like a red-blooded American should. Thank you.
Thank you, Dahlia. I appreciate that. By the way, Dahlia, an intern, 73 years old.
That's right.
We're pretty proud of her. We really are. Welcome back to
Taking
the Mike
another
O'Mara Show.
stab at life.
Yes, she is. Yes, second career.
We take all ages, Mike.
That's right.
Hey, everybody, take it from me. Take it from me. I know this. Buying a bra can be awkward.
Right.
You're not kidding. Seriously, though, ask any woman. Getting the right size bra seems damn near impossible until now, thanks to Third Love and their Fit Finder quiz. Just answer a few simple questions, and you'll find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. Third Love uses data points generated by millions of women who have already taken their Fit Finder quiz to design bras focused on breast size and shape. So, you get a perfect fit and a premium feel. It'll be the most comfortable bra you ever wear thanks to the lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. Only Third Love has them. Try one on at home. No more awkward fitting room experiences. There's a 100% fit guarantee. If after 60 days you don't love it, return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. Third Love has a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they're offering our listeners 15% off their first order. Go to thirdlove.com/TMOS right now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/TMOS for 15% off today. And Rob, that thing we talked about before the show, don't worry about it.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We're in the middle of our Yak Shack.
So
TMOS
good news, folks.
Yak
I'm
Shack,
not
everybody.
fired.
Yak Shack.
That's right. There you go.
I get to keep the job.
We're in the middle, smack dab in the middle of our yaks today. The next one simply says Florida Man endorsement. I don't remember them all. I did them all.
I like the vague titles, Mike. I think it makes it fun.
Florida Man endorsement. Let's play it.
Hi, I'm Mike in Homestead, Florida. Love you a long time.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. The real reason I'm calling is because I want to give a 2 thumbs up to one of the products you guys advertise. This Brewmate.
Oh, cool.
Man, I'm the kind of guy who likes my beer cold.
Great.
And this works really good.
Very nice.
I was so impressed, I've ordered a second one. Both of them, of course, under TMOS.
Very nice.
Good man.
Keep up the funny, guys. I love you.
Love you too.
See ya.
Thank you very much. Florida Man endorsement, ladies and
by
gentlemen.
the way,
that was very nice. Yes.
Send that out to the advertiser.
Of course.
Yes,
right away.
yes.
Right
Homestead,
away.
Florida.
Right
that
away.
is from down
Please.
here in Homestead across the state, and we appreciate
It's hot
that.
in Homestead, so if your beer stays cold in a Brewmate in Homestead, it stays cold anywhere.
Boom, bam.
By the way, you can call the Yak Shack, and if you'd like to listen, we do it on Wednesday. Sometimes we do it on other days. Doesn't matter. We can do it anytime, but you can call us 24/7, 888-920-6673. Let's go to Kelsey from Wichita.
Hi. I'm Mike in Homestead.
That's Mike in Homestead.
That's right.
How about we go to Kelsey in Wichita?
Hey, it's Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey.
From Wichita. It took me a while to figure out the number, but I figured it out pretty easily. I went to the website, blah, blah. Well, when I called it, I still had the Bluetooth on inside, because I'm outside. Anyway, I was calling for, hey, I forgot what I was calling. Say hi?
Sure.
I hope they're having fun at the Wax Museum.
Oh,
lots of calls on that.
Rob will probably like sleepwalk up to the Elvis one and lay down there and be like, I don't know. Anyway, Yak Shack rocks, and so do you, Mike O'Mara.
Oh,
wow.
Well, it's a little foggy out here.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, I love you guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you, Kelsey.
What a
That's Kelsey
great
from.
call.
What's great is he's
Wichita,
stuck.
yes.
The thing about Kelsey, and everyone take a lesson before you call the Yak Shack. Make an outline and stick to it.
No, stop it. Yeah, I'm trying to generate this. Let me explain. These calls are uninhibited. That's what I
they're
like.
so
because
honest.
people.
Yeah.
This is when people just lay it out,
Yep.
and that, with the regular calls, that this is a new way. I've never done it this way before. I like it this way because people don't care, and when people don't care, there's no judgment, instant judgment. And yes, did I have trouble understanding Kelsey at the beginning? All the way through the call, but it was wonderful.
And to be
yes.
fair, I'll look at that number sometimes when I'm out and about, like on a weekend night, and I say, maybe I should just drunk dial the show.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
I mean, when you're baked, please. Yeah. Oscar Santana, call us at 888-920-6673.
If I feel that way,
would you disguise your voice?
No, and I'd call. I'd be like, "Hey, it's Oscar Santana from the Mike O'Mara Show."
I work there.
Right.
But literally, I sat there, and I remember I was with Todd. He's like, "We should call the show," and I was like,
Todd should call.
They're not going to want to hear from us. We're going to ruin it for everybody. But
yes, they are.
If I'm thinking about
I am.
If I'm thinking about calling,
hi, it's Todd
our
from
show
Roslyn
from our app or from through the number. I mean, the idea that people are doing this on their own.
Yes.
In Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania, in Virginia,
Florida,
wherever. Yeah.
Wichita.
Yes.
All right. Now, the next call I have here, I label these just to remind myself. Sometimes I wrote, I think this is Mambo number 5.
Okay.
This might be another. And yes, look, I understand. There might be a common thread through many of these calls, and that might be alcohol.
Sure.
But there's nothing I can do about it. This is the Yak Shack on TMOS.
Hey, guys. It's Alan from Roanoke. Thanks, Rob. After listening to the bonus show, now I've got this damn song in my head and keep playing it over and over. You a-hole.
Yep.
Well, that's all that was. There you go. I told you it was a weird one this week.
Party
now,
people.
this one I don't remember at all. It says, what message?
Okay.
I don't.
I like that label.
They were weird this week.
Okay, so I had a whole different thing that I was going to talk about, but Mike's message, it's got to go. It's got to go. It's got to go. I love.
Does anybody know what she's talking
She's
about?
probably referring to the outgoing message on the Yak Shack that you recorded, and I believe it's a Fred Schneider voice, isn't it, Pony? I love it.
Yeah. You've called the TMOS Yak Shack.
Can you dial it so we can hear it?
Yeah.
Please
give
do.
me a sec.
All right, so there's the outgoing message, which we recorded because the Yak Shack.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, well, they can't just pick up with a beat.
Okay, all right, let's finish her call, and then we'll play the message.
Okay,
All right.
Mike, I've been listening since WAVA in DC, but that message, it's hacky. I love you. I love all of you.
It's hacky.
Anyway, back to my point. It's Friday. I've had a couple of drinks.
Yes, yeah.
No
It's
kidding.
like 20 after 10. And I just wanted to say that I just love you guys. Anybody else want to say anything? No, they don't, because I'm here by myself. And that's why I've had too much to drink. So anyway, guys, have a great day. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Big shake, big surprise that she's alone.
Don't be mean.
I understand that it's hack. But what would she like a standard?
May I add something?
Yes, please. I'd love to see corroboration.
That was a
welcome.
collective seal of approval for that message.
Absolutely, the outgoing message.
Because she notices the.
No. Yeah, because she notices. The whole point of this segment, or even the Yak Shack in general, was born out of how do we get people's attention? How do we remember make them remember to do this?
The
and
Yak
to
Shack.
engage in the
You've
show.
called the Yak
And
Shack.
if you're in an S mood or you're hammered and you hear that, that should bring you joy. Look inside your soul.
It puts the match to the fuse.
Yes.
Go ahead, Pony. Here we go.
Dialing now.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for calling the TMOS Yak Shack.
Oh, I get it.
Leave a brief message and also mention where you're calling from. And who knows, you might hear your message anytime.
I want to redo it.
I
want to redo it. I want to redo it.
Hold on. You have to leave a message for us now.
It's too late.
Oh, Pony.
Oh, you hung up?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I know.
It turned you off. It turned you off.
Here, the thing about it is too over the top. I think it's like, all right, so I will record a new one today.
Okay.
All right, fair.
Hey,
All right.
man, thanks for calling the TMOS Yak Shack. You feeling good? Is it the wee hours of the morning? Now it's time for you to record something. Anything you want. I'm going to do a new one. I'll do a new one every week.
All right.
I'll do it. Pony, is that too problematic? Can I do a new one every week?
No, we can work that out.
Okay.
And you know what? That will be a great.
It is easy. It is easy to delay it.
It's a great way to get people to continue to call because there's a new treat every week.
Also, could we have celebrity voicemails, like voices?
Hey, everybody, this is Tony Bennett, coach of the Virginia Cavaliers.
Oh God!
Thanks for calling the TMOS Yak Shack. Yeah, we can do anything. We can do it.
This is Tony Bennett. Leave a message. Be a winner.
All right, we have another Florida man on the TMOS Yak Shack. Let's listen.
Mike friggin' O'Mara.
Hey, man, it's your buddy, Grimy. I'm calling from Orlando. Just had a quick question. Well, and a sidebar, real quick.
When you gave that yay of recognition,
We've met
do you know
Grimy.
who
We've
about?
met Grimy in the past. He's more of an Oscar connection,
Yeah,
but I know the name.
Grimy made an impression on us at the TMS Open, our golf tournament.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yes, but he came to the hotel bar, and he was trying to peddle his remix album that he had for us because he was some sort of lyricist at that time, and you thoroughly enjoyed him for the evening.
Yeah,
thoroughly.
Yeah. That's the night of the golf tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed everybody that night until I tried to pull the fire alarms.
Yes,
and then broke up a hotel room. And then broke up a hotel room.
Yeah,
and had to be put to bed.
That's right.
By Jeopardy. That was quite a night.
I'm going to admit to you, because I love you and I want to be honest with you. It would be really great if you would offer an option to like re-record the message, because there's a lot of pressure when it just beeps. You know, like when you call people and they say, "Hey, press 1 to
second chance.
What you said stupidly," would be awesome. Anyways, I lived back home in VA and listened to you guys all the time. And I moved down here and got myself in a position of high power in a restaurant, and I train these guys and work with these guys all the time and be really cool with them and take care of them and be there for them in like real life situations in the restaurant. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm being there as a friend for them in the restaurant when I'm the freaking general manager of them. Shouldn't be doing that. And then I get disrespected and I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by doing that.
Cry for help.
He needs a coach.
But I have a passion for people and I appreciate I empathize what they're going through, because I did that. You ever have any of you ever gone through that? I know Oscar has no sense of humanity, but anyone else ever gone through that? What do you suggest, man? I'm trying to be successful now. I know I can be, but I want to keep a team together. Mike, I love you. I'm sorry I was drunk and rapped over your drunk.
That's the real. That's the real. Yeah. Rob, can you help him? I had trouble with that. I'm not sure what.
I think he's
getting disrespected by his
Can I give you further context?
He's at a crossroads.
I know more about. One, he did tip his hand about what he did at the TMS Open. You played the drums at that bar that we went to afterwards. I just remembered that.
Oh, God.
And Grimy,
your memory is
Grimy rapped. He actually rapped. He was doing.
Oh, you laid down a funky
I remember
beat.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Grimy just apologized for rapping too loud over your drums.
God, I was so Mike back then. I was so effing Mike. I played the drums in Grimy raps. I bet it sounded great.
Yeah.
I bet I was really excited.
And then you finished up your musical performance and you said, "Jabari, to bed."
So Grimy is
3
now
o'clock in the afternoon. I woke up.
a general manager of a high-end restaurant in the Orlando area.
Okay.
And he has a team where he says he's being empathetic and leading them, but he's being taken advantage of. And he's probably leaning on Mike as a restaurateur and Rob as the Pied Piper around here.
Okay, thank you. Then I can answer. Grimy, it is so hard in that industry because in many professional servers, people that do it, young people that have done it for a long time, they'll hop to another joint in the blink of an eye. If you look at them,
loyalty,
yeah. If you look at them cross-eyed, they'll do it. They'll just jump, and so it's very, very frustrating. So it's really, you have to nurture. You have to nurture.
They're all mostly young.
Yeah, and the textbook example of that would be our own Jimmy Cerrito.
Yep.
I mean, the people that leave Jimmy's are super young and going usually into different fields. But Jimmy has a magic touch. He does with his employees. I watch him all the time.
Yeah.
A core of his regular people, because he nurtures and he makes the environment so positive. You're not going to get that at a chain.
They don't want to leave him.
You're not going to get that at a high-end joint.
No.
You know? And you can walk into a restaurant. One of the things I can do is you can walk into a restaurant and see an environment where management is got their act together, because they above all else, it has to be a decent environment, fostering a decent environment for people. And I don't know if we successfully did that at O'Mara's. We did for a while because it was new. And by the way, when they're new and shiny, it's like a new and shiny house. It's when you get established. Jimmy's been there for a million years. So it's tough, especially if it's high end. But I can also walk into a joint and see every single person not smiling. Every single person miserable because they hate where they work and they hate their management and they hate that. If they're smiling, and by the way, if a restaurant is balls to the wall with 300 people there for 8 hours, that's almost impossible to fix because people are they're so busting their chops that it's tough. So I don't know what to tell you, Grimy, but I love the call and and keep supporting the show. And I hope the show gives you a little break from what you do.
And I know that every time I'm in Orlando, I always eat at Grimey's.
Grimey's. Wouldn't that be a great name for a restaurant?
Hey, try the Grimy burger.
I would totally
the Grimy
go
burger. Oh, that's right. Our grime is on our burgers.
That's right. And their motto under the sign, it says, "We observe the 10-second rule."
Okay, let's take a couple more on the Yak Shack.
Good morning, TMOS.
Yeah.
This is Rich from Herndon. Just finished this week's bonus show, and I am calling in to agree with Rob. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Egg is the best form of any Reese's Peanut Butter Cup product. None is better.
None is better.
None is better.
None is better.
Yours.
That's right.
That's yours.
Thank you.
I know, Rich.
Is that all you offer when I get your call and you go, thank you, like you're Elvis Presley? Thank you very much. Yeah,
I recognize the voice. I met Rich in person.
Seriously?
He has stopped by here. He's one of these guys that comes, drops off stuff, leaves.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
Or shakes your hand, leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little like you, so he understands what a peanut butter cup could probably taste like.
I argue with Rob that I didn't like the goo on the inside.
Yeah, I think the ratio is so much stronger, though. I think you got a better chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
Those eggs, because after we had the conversation, I went across the street and I was like, let me try these eggs, see if I've changed my mind. Maybe I don't know enough about these ratios.
All right, you know what I'm going to do?
Open-minded guy.
For Easter, I'm going to put the egg in the freezer.
Okay,
and try it that way.
I appreciate
see
that.
how it works.
And you know what? If that goes well, the trees are also good at Christmas time or Hanukkah.
The Christmas tree, same kind of ratio situation.
Any of your December holidays.
And really, the way the Yak Shack went this week, I'll take my final call. This one I do remember.
Okay,
let's listen to this right now.
Searches on Google will not find your listing. Press 1 now to verify your listing. Press 2 to be removed from this list.
They found us.
Thank you. That's the Yak Shack. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
Found us.
Pony, press 2. We don't want her to call
A
back.
telemarketer called the effing Yak Shack. Can you believe that?
Didn't take long.
You'd like to be removed from the list. No one is safe from it, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks. Thank you. That was my point. We'll take a break. Come back with the movie review for you right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hippity hoppity, Easter's on the way. Now I know we don't all have time to go shopping.
Peanut butter eggs.
Or you do, and while you're online to pay, some old people push past you to get a soda by the register. But have no fear. Spring into savings by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click on the TMOS Shopping Center banner where you can buy your Easter bonnets at Macy's.com or candy and decorations at Target.com and Walmart.com. So hop down the bunny trail for your shopping needs today. Now let's head back to the Grand Marshal of our Easter Parade, Mike O'Mara.
I love you, Paulie. Thank you very much. And Paulie, you keep churning those out. They're awesome. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Brought to you by Joybird. Joybird is online furniture shopping that lets you create the space and furniture that brings you joy. With Joybird, you get one-of-a-kind furniture made to your unique taste. Turn your ideas into reality with hundreds of styles, colors, fabrics, options. They have a wide range of kid and pet-friendly upholstery options, plus free personal design consultants to achieve your perfect design. Each Joybird piece is made by hand with care and precision using high-quality hardwood and responsibly sourced materials to fit your exact specifications.
I come from a furniture family. This is what Big Daddy did. He sold furniture for 30 years.
You worked at his store.
And what you need to know is this. There is no store in the world that can offer you this kind of selection and this kind of quality because it is unlimited. You must search this website. They will have what you want.
Every piece comes with a limited lifetime warranty. Try the 365-day home trial.
Yes.
That's a year. Sit on it, sleep on it, break it in. If you nearly a year. That's nearly a year. Sit on it, sleep on it, break it in. If you don't love your Joybird, return it for a full refund, plus hassle-free in-home delivery. They'll even remove all the packing materials. See how Joybird is revolutionizing online furniture shopping. Create the furniture that brings you joy at joybird.com/TMOS. Go to joybird.com/TMOS and receive an exclusive offer for 25% off your first order by using our code TMOS. We're very happy to be back on the Mike O'Mara Show. I've been trying to give you my movie review from the weekend when I took my wonderful son to see Dumbo. Now, I looked on Rotten Tomatoes prior to Dumbo because it doesn't matter what movie I'm going to see. I want to see what people think.
You love that website, huh?
Yeah, crappy little reviews. It's just, no, it tallies it up. They've tweaked it a little bit to prevent trolling, and it's pretty good. It got about a 47% when I was looking at it. Yeah, I think the total might have been, I don't know. All I know, it got a low. It
wasn't overwhelming. You're like, not 90-90.
No, it was not like one of those kids. And by the way, the kids movies that get the 90s I'm suspect of those too. But the Disney feature Dumbo, I'm there, and it's like a throwback to the old days of Disney, and I'm with my son, like my mom who took me to Mary Poppins. It's a wonderful cycle.
What Oscar probably doesn't remember, because he grew up in the video age, is that Disney would release their classics about every 10 or 11 years, because when they had no video outlet.
My father took me begrudgingly, because he liked taking me to adult movies because he just didn't care.
You mean adult movies like softcore?
No, not like
Oscar,
Behind the Green
we're
Door.
going to go see Taxi Driver.
It
You're
is
going
time
to love it.
You're
5 years old.
The 007.
You're old enough to know what is truly behind the green door.
And look, I'll probably be this person. My father would say, I'm going to the movies, and he knew he needed to spend some quality time with his youngest.
Sure.
So he'd take me to go see The Living Daylights, or something that I shouldn't be watching.
Bond picture,
Yes.
Oh, wow. Did you get scared when you were little when you'd see that?
Mike, I remember what is it, the it's like the Avalon Theater in Silver Spring.
Yeah.
The
AFI Theater now, right?
But it never used to be that nice.
Right,
It was like a dingy theater. So we'd go.
Still pretty dingy.
We lived in Blair House, which is an apartment complex. And we'd walk to the theater, and I remember, I have this vivid memory of like holding my father's hand tight because it's such a little kid, because you're scared and you're walking like on the street, right?
Yeah, right.
And we'd walk in, and he'd give me this little pep talk and say, "You don't talk during the movie, you don't do this and that, you do it, but I'll buy you as much popcorn and candy as you want. And if it gets scary, just hold my hand, and I'll cover your eyes."
That's sweet.
But so the one kids movie my father took me outside of Superman 2, if I'm not mistaken, was he took me to Fantasia.
When
it was re-released.
Yeah, very cool.
And I remember sitting there, and I was so desensitized to kid stuff because I've been watching all these adult movies.
Oh, you were bored.
I was bored.
Wow. Oh, no. That means he took it all the. That's why you like the movies you like now.
I was just terribly bored.
Oh my God!
And it is a beautiful film.
Yeah, I'm pretty careful with Michael, but then when you see something like The Incredibles 2. It's just such stimulation. It's just constant.
Over the top.
It's just so over the top. And so Dumbo, the reason I was intrigued by it was
it looks beautiful.
It does look gorgeous.
It's going to be a live action, and so I was into it. And I will give it, if you've got a little kid and you want to take a kid to it, it's a great afternoon. I prefer it to the animated features. I can't stand animated features because they're so formulaic now.
Even the classic animated features, like, do you prefer this to the original Dumbo?
It's like, I think the original Toy Story was special, obviously, when it first came out. But just, you could run down, I've seen a bunch of them, but they leave me cold. I know they're for kids, but it's just constant. If you looked at, by the way, you look at the commercials during the championship game for the NCAA. It's we're so short attention span in this country right now that you just can't tell stories anymore.
You're consistent in your opinion, because I know the one animated feature of, say, the last 25 years that you were really taken with is one of the slowest moving ones, but a beautiful one is Up. Up is a great film because it takes its time. It takes its time,
But it's really, with Dumbo, I will say, is it great? No. Is it
true to its original?
I don't remember the original, so I can't tell you that.
Because the elephant doesn't talk, right?
The elephant doesn't talk.
So it's not true to the original.
No.
Different story.
Dumbo, and the CGI the CGI. Dumbo flies when Dumbo sucks a feather in. That's how Dumbo flies. Is that the original?
He
Is that
holds
the way
well
that works?
in the original. He's given a feather to give him the ability to fly, but then at the end he loses the feather, and that's when the mouse tells him. I can't think of the mouse's name. It says you never really needed the feather to fly anyway.
Okay, well,
the
it's
truth
kind of the
was in
same
you.
thing.
Yeah.
Did it have a veteran of a World War, like Colin Farrell?
No, we were actually in the war when the movie was made, so there were no veterans.
Yeah, it was just and Michael Keaton as the villain, very funny.
He's a great actor. Great
he's very
actor.
Keaton-y,
Good,
in that.
good.
It's kind of Michael Keaton. What? Nobody does that better, really, when you think about Michael Keaton.
Right.
So I enjoyed that. However, it might have been. I'm not sure at what point during the movie this comes. And by the way, if you're worried about a Dumbo spoiler, you can lick it. Thank you very much. All right.
Wait, don't we have
I'm
to
going
do like
talk
a
about the movie.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
This is
alert!
a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Time for a spoiler because people give me crap about spoilers because they're lazy.
Right.
There's the knob. There's the button.
Dumbo's
press
been out
it,
for a month.
goodbye. Thank you.
Well, really, it's been out for 80 years.
And at this, my feelings about this particular individual are so negative that I went, really? You had to do that? I don't think you need gimmicks in major Disney features with billions of dollars back.
No, they're born. They're born with legs. They're born on third base, as they say.
Let me tell you this. So it's got Danny DeVito, who's fantastic. I love Danny DeVito.
I do too.
He's a great character. The little girl that is one of the keepers at the circus is terrible, and it's rare that you get a child actor who you go, the most wooden child actor I've ever seen in my life, and usually Disney does better with that. So I didn't like that part. And then you think you're going to have, because Danny DeVito runs the circus, you think he is going to be the ringmaster. And when they merge these circuses, guess who they had for the ringmaster? And that's when I went, okay, Dumbo gets a D. A D for Dumbo.
I'm having to guess from your tone of voice that it is a sort of flash-in-the-pan person who is hot right now but won't be hot in the future?
It would not be that. It would not be flash in the pan, but it would be a hack move on the part. It's getting a cameo out of somebody to be the announcer.
Is it Larry the Cable Guy?
No, it's Michael Buffer.
No! Oh, no!
Let's get ready for Dumbo. It's like,
no.
Are you essing me? Really? Michael Buffer, who we've had experience, all DJs
Everyone
have had
He's
experience with Michael Buffer because he was known as one of the most litigious guys in the world, where if you used anything with Michael Buffer, you'd get, he knew everybody that was you. They scoured, his legal team, I think, scoured the airwaves to find out if anybody was
And I do
using
feel that we were
Michael
set up
Buffer.
at times because he was all over. They put out the first ESPN Jock Jam CD, had him on it.
Right.
And even though that was a licensed release, if you played his voice, he could still
Even
sue
though you were paying royalties to BMI ASCAP, you would still have to do that. And when I looked at that, I went,
I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
hate that.
It's like
Mike,
Disney.
you've ruined my day.
Ruined.
It was Michael Buffer. Let's get ready for Dumbo. It was like, oh, come on. He does prize fights with Floyd Mayweather. Not a cute little elephant with big ears that flies.
Now, I
Come
found
on.
the name of the mouse is Timothy Q. Mouse in the original. Is there a mouse character with Dumbo?
I don't remember.
Does it open up into a larger elephant?
That might, I don't know. It might have been, I might have fallen asleep.
Oh,
during,
no.
But with that said, my son was riveted. My
Good.
son was riveted.
That's good.
But
What about
but
Carla?
Me, Carla didn't come. I gave Carla the afternoon off, and she's not a movie person, so that's I have no problem taking my son to the movies.
Can I ask you a
and
question?
also, it's a place where I can eat unsupervised. Yes.
When
What?
you fall asleep
Yeah.
and your 5-year-old son's next to you,
Right.
what's happening to him while you're sleeping?
If he's into the movie, he doesn't even notice because I'm not snoring. And it's in and out. If it's an animated feature, like a really over CGI'd animated feature, I'll go deep. I'll go past REM stage. I will go like that. But this one, it was on and off.
Does
I
he
kinda
wake,
was engaged.
does he
It was
wake
such
you
a-
up when you go deep REM? I'm sorry
Yes,
for
he has.
Okay.
Catherine and Elizabeth did it more. Catherine and Elizabeth would give me the real elbow. You know that.
Well,
would be
those
like,
are coming.
"Dad,
He's young.
Dad,
He's still
Dad."
young.
They'd hate it when I would do
How
that.
were the Dumbo seats? Were they reclining seats? Because sometimes they can make it murderous.
No, we went to see it over at the regular theater.
Okay,
And
so
it
just a
was
hard wooden bench.
Yeah, and then he played video games afterwards, which is the treat. That's part of the.
That's
treat.
cool.
What a nice child, Mike. Let me just say this:
What?
that you're providing Michael a wonderful childhood. What you're doing with him, I think most dads and your modern dads, and at least in my circle, like they're fighting for their mortgage. They're fighting, especially in this area, the DC area, that they don't get to do this.
Well, let me tell you why I'm doing this, okay? And you might think it's all nice, and it's very kind of you to say that. But ultimately, you really always should be nice to the person who eventually is going to pull your plug. That's the way I look at that. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. You know? He'll be the one when I say, dude. No, I think he's going to come out of it. Dude. Nah.
Meanwhile,
Nah,
there's a whiteboard where you've scowled. Please wait till after dinner.
I want his. And hopefully he'll be saying something like, I want those Callaway irons. Anyway, we'll take a break and we'll come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara. I just made a joke about my own death. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Rob and Joe here. Joe, big year for you. You are getting married.
That's right. Love of my life.
You need some advice?
I may, but from you?
Look, hear me out. All you got to do is never stop dating her. Love her, give her attention, never take her for granted. And remember, she's the best thing in your life, and always work hard for her.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, you're right. Just fake your death, start a new life. Rob and Joe Show, a new episode every single week, robandjoeshow.com.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie her up, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I like that promo for some reason. Well, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Cornerstone. Here's some powerful news from Cornerstone First Financial. The economy is softening. Because of that, interest rates are down. They're the lowest they've been in a full year. Chances are there will be no interest rate hikes this year thanks to inflationary pressure that never happened. Rates are back around 4%, and with the spring home market in full swing, it's time to act. Whether you are buying, refinancing, or consolidating debt, Cornerstone guarantees you the lowest rate. Work with the friends of TMOS and save some dough. Now licensed in California, along with Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Georgia, Florida, and Colorado, and ever expanding constantly at Cornerstone. Click their banner on our website, visit cornerstonefirst.com, or call them at 866-625-1221. Cornerstone First Financial. Personal attention from application to closing.
News.
Boo. Well. Maybe Lori Loughlin and her husband should have pleaded guilty. I shouldn't say it like that. There before the grace of God go I when you get in trouble with stuff. But Felicity Huffman pleaded guilty. Lori Loughlin, when you read between the lines on all these stories, it sounds like they're like, well, we're not doing any jail time. That's really what it's at. We're not going to do any agreement that's going to result in jail. And they are burned. They sound so burned. But also beware, because there might be hype in this story, but I'm not sure. It sounds to me like Felicity Huffman.
Lead story, 1A on every network. This
pleaded guilty, did the right thing, accepted responsibility. They not so much. In addition, they got brand new charges when they didn't enter a plea. So in addition to the fraud charges, let me see, they got hit with a brand new charge. She
money
and her
laundering.
husband, Massimo Gianelli.
Of course, we don't want dirty money.
Mail fraud.
14 other parents now. A conspiracy to commit money laundering. The money laundering charge comes from the fact that money these parents paid to get their kids into college was funneled through a fake charity. That's the laundering part. It carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison, just like the fraud charge. It's not likely that Aunt Becky will be sent away for 40 years, but prosecutors have been saying they want everyone involved in this chaos to get at least some jail time, which is fair. TMZ says they'll recommend roughly 4 to 6 years, while they'll only ask for 2.5 years for Felicity and the others who pleaded guilty on Monday. But an expert told People he thinks Lori will get 3 to 5. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Can you imagine that? They're looking at it. And Felicity is looking at less than a year. But sounds like they're putting the hammer down to prove a point.
My entire perspective on the story has completely changed from when we originally actually talked about it. And for me, it was more of a cynical side of Jussie Smollett getting away with murder, quote unquote, in Chicago, he walks.
Well, faking out, faking his own
a hate crime, right?
Getting away with
faking a hate crime,
figurative murder,
and then but you have the celebrity justice that is completely, it's not your common law. That I feel like these 14 individuals that are holding out for a better deal know something that we don't, and I hope that's not the case because
you know what? Keep your eyes open on it because you never know. They got big money and they got big law. So I think you could have a point there. That's why this story, that's why I said that at the beginning. Hold your fire on this because everybody's going, oh, she didn't plea. She's going to get screwed. Because legal analysts, some of the ones that I've read about, I'm fascinated by this story, have said that there are some holes in this prosecution. So,
and it's rather unprecedented, no? Because
it's unprecedented. Right.
The fact, don't discount the fact that these are famous, rich, powerful people, because that changes the complexion.
Well, some of the corporate
everything.
executives who lost their jobs because of this.
Yeah, and you just have to wait because ultimately it comes down to the letter of the law and how the law interprets this
and how it's written, right?
Now, what if at the end of the day, Felicity Huffman, who pleaded guilty, gets jail time, and Lori Loughlin goes to trial and gets acquitted?
She skirts away.
It could happen.
I mean, it'll be keep your eyes peeled. Because unless you think like I do that there might be some arrogance and stupidity involved, which there was to do the crime in the first place.
Well, I was going to say it's based on arrogance
maybe
and
they're
stupidity.
screwed.
Yeah.
The 14 people that one of them, this is, I guess, my logic. They're probably talking to each other, right? They probably have their legal teams talking to each other, and if they're equipped and well paid, which would equate if you equate skill set to pay scale. If 14 people say we're not going to plea, they know something that we don't.
That's interesting. I'll follow that,
valid.
and we'll see if you're right about that. It'll be cool to follow. I think that's going to be very, very neat.
Fascinating.
I'm watching Jeopardy. You know I love it. I watched it last night. Been watching this kid for 2 nights. Kid, hard to even tell how old he is, but his name is James Holzhauer. And he smashed the record for a single-day win total. Here's what's encouraging about this guy. He is introduced as a sports gambler from Las Vegas, and he's a young guy. And what he likes to do is he likes on daily doubles to go all in.
A true daily double, yeah.
Like if he's got 10 grand, he goes all in.
Wow.
This guy, and he is brilliant. I mean, wow, brilliant. The variety of questions last night in the Jeopardy I was watching were so dramatic, and his depth of knowledge in all these different subject matters was fascinating. This kid is fantastic. And at the end of Jeopardy, and by the way, I'm feeling for Alex Trebek. I hope he's doing well with his treatment. He says something like, well, should we be talking about Ken Jennings yet? And I said to Carly, yes, you should. This guy has the potential. The only thing that's going to bring him down is his riverboat gambler mentality. But the guy last night took home in one game $110,914. That blew the previous record of $77,000. That was the previous record, 77 grand. He blew
it by 30 grand. 30 grand is a good night.
Wow.
That was done back in September of 2010. James was already a 3-day champion coming into yesterday's episode. Now he has made $244,365 during his 4-day run. He also had a shot at breaking the record last week, but it didn't end up happening. He said he was gunning for the record from the start. He is so confident. He's almost bored with his competition because he's so good at it.
Wow.
He said, quote, I said all along that I wanted to break Roger Craig's 1-game record, and I did it. There's another really cool wrinkle to this story. The amount of the new record, 110,914, isn't a random number. This is how smart this guy is. James intentionally ended on that amount to symbolize his daughter's birthday, November 9th, 2014. Wow. This is a brainiac. Watch him.
Wow.
But he's, as Carla said, after all this was said and done, I'm all excited about it. She goes, yeah, but he's weird. I said he's a Jeopardy contestant. They're all weird.
So he must have gotten all 3 daily doubles and gone all in on all of them.
I don't think he got all 3, but I think his numbers were so astronomical.
Wow. If he
did double a big fat one. So that's
exciting to watch.
That's good
it's
TV.
Fun. Jeopardy's fun to watch this week. Sarah Gilbert made a big announcement on yesterday's episode of The Talk. She's leaving. Yeah. Now moving right on.
Well, I think she stays on as producer, though, so she still keps the money.
I don't care.
Okay.
Now that the AAF is done after lasting just 8 weeks, let's move on to the next wannabe football league, the return of the XFL, which itself only lasted 12 weeks the first time around back in 2001. Yesterday, XFL Commissioner Oliver Luck talked about some of the things that separates their league from the NFL when it launches next year. For starters, after scoring a touchdown, teams will have 3 options for extra points.
Hey.
6-minute abs. They can choose to go for a 1-point conversion from the 2-yard line, a 2-point try from the 5-yard line, or a 3-point attempt from the 10-yard line. So touchdowns can be worth anywhere from 6 to 9 points.
That's fantastic. This is truly a game changer.
Their plans for overtime are also interesting. It's a shootout where each team will have 5 opportunities to convert a 2-point conversion, which would be from the 5-yard line.
So when you say shootout, there's not real guns?
No real guns.
No,
Okay.
Rob, I know.
All right.
I know you were hoping.
They have helmets. I thought maybe.
The defense gets a turnover. They score 1 point. But it's even more insane than that because both teams are doing it at the same time on opposite sides of the field. Okay.
What?
Sorry.
That would be fun to watch.
Okay. There you go.
Think about the
44. So 44 players will be on the field in overtime with both teams' offenses, defenses on. All right. Good luck. I'll be looking in.
Well, I look forward to a good career for
mark my words,
Commissioner Luck.
The XFL is going to be completely different because of the time they're actually taking to build this up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like the XFL of past.
I know.
If you got
Are they going to have another season in 18 years?
A runway of 9 months. This is the amount of money they've put into this venture. I'll be shocked if it fails.
All right. Well,
I'll be shocked.
We're going to be watching Lori Loughlin to see if she gets acquitted based on knowledge they have, and we'll be watching the XFL. Remember, Oscar said it on this show.
I was wrong
today.
First about that. Maybe not about this.
This is Wednesday, April 10th. We'll see about what happens.
Oh, I just got this in, Mike, over the wire, that if Lori Loughlin can run it in from the 3-yard line, she's innocent.
There you go. Good for her. It turns out now a little something. It turns out that service with a smile might not be the best policy, at least not if your boss cares about your mental health, because a new study just found out that forcing a smile for customers is linked to more drinking after work. The study looked at jobs where people have to interact with the general public, like nurses, teachers, and fast food workers, and it found that people who have to smile a lot or suppress negative emotions tend to drink more after their shift ends. The head researchers think it's because we all have a limited amount of self-control each day, and if you have to waste it on pretending to be happy at work, you don't have much left over the controlling of how much you drink, or as Rob Spiewak refers to it, his life. Thank you very much. There you go.
Yeah, but don't you love this smiling face?
That's all.
Is it like 5 o'clock hits? You're like, oh, I'm tired of smiling.
It's 5 o'clock in Great Britain. Yeah.
But it benefits you, the listener, when he writes those things in his drunken stupors. It's fantastic. We'll take a break, and let me just look and see if I got one today. Hold on a second. Do I have? Well, I don't know if I have. Oh, I don't. I don't have a new promo, but he writes those when he's loaded.
Yes,
I do.
But we'll take a break, come back with the Audio Vault and Rob Spiewak, the aforementioned, right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Every single hour, a Mike O'Mara Show intern goes to bed hungry, tired, neglected, and worst of all, unpaid. Every time you subscribe to the Mike O'Mara bonus show, one of these interns has the chance to get a paycheck, to pay their rent, to survive. Will you be an angel for a poor, helpless TMOS intern like me? Get the bonus show today, and for just pennies, you can save a TMOS intern.
Johnny, are you still talking? Don't you realize being here is payment enough? And where is Oscar's bagel? Jesus.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Big meeting with Johnny after the show. Can't wait.
Lucky you.
Oh, that'll be fun.
He's like, what about this summer? Like he's going to peel my skin off. I appreciate him making the effort. I'll tell you that much.
He's not a skin peeler. He's not a skin peeler.
This segment of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by Brewmate. When Dylan Jacob turned 21, he quickly discovered that warm alcohol sucks. Well, we could have told him that.
Of course.
You know what he did, though? Because he's a smart guy, he created Brewmate, the fastest growing drinkware brand in the world. You heard our listener, I believe, from Homestead, Florida, who was talking about enjoying his Brewmate and just got ready to order another one. Brewmate products keep your beer and wine or anything at the perfect temperature all day long without ice. I live in a warm weather climate. Let me tell you something. It is it's essential for us to, if we're going to sit outside and enjoy an adult beverage, you need something like Brewmate because it will not. You wouldn't believe.
It's
how
almost
fast
like science
the ice
fiction.
melts down.
It's like science fiction how cold your stuff stays. It's wild.
No more boring drinkware. Brewmate combines fashion and function. Cups, growlers, they got it all. Over 30 colors and finishes to choose from. Plus, they're glass-free. Brewmate products work with hot and cold beverages. Start the day with a steaming coffee and end the day with a cold brew in the same perfect vessel. Right now, Brewmate is giving our listeners a special discount of 15% off their first order when you go to brewmate.com and use our code TMOS. That's 15% when you use our code TMOS at brewmate.com. Don't let summer heat ruin your drink. Go to brewmate.com and beat the heat this summer. Remember, 15% off your first order by using the code TMOS at brewmate.com. That's BRUMATE.com, code TMOS. Let's open up the audio vault for today, Wednesday, April 10, 2019. Rob Spiewak.
This was trending on YouTube yesterday, and it's so screwed up because it's moving backwards. They've worked so hard to make your virtual assistant talk to you like a human. This guy has mastered sounding like a virtual assistant. He's doing the male Siri voice, and I think this is pretty funny. He's doing Daniel is the name of the male voice for Siri.
Damn, Daniel.
And this guy just took out of the TV listing the description of the show The Flash, and he's reading it like he is a virtual assistant.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother killed by something impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist. But secretly, with the help of my friends at Star Labs, I fight crime and find other metahumans like me.
How does he do it?
I don't know. The man who killed my mother. But in doing so, I opened up our world to new threats. And I am the only one fast enough to stop them. I am the Flash.
It has to do with the pacing, awkward, weird pausing, and the occasional dropped consonant. But he's really good at it.
That's cool. That's good. Well, you know, he had a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, and also it's really useful because it's not like anyone has something in their pocket right now that can make that voice. So
exactly.
Good for you and good for you marketing.
Yeah, but you know what? It kind of falls into the category of you doing the auto-tune.
Yeah, I suppose. I
mean, you did that with your voice, and that's what made it funny. You know, do you believe in love? Right?
Do you believe in my love?
That's my favorite.
So you have to use your finger, but that's okay.
Well, I learned that from Jackie the Joke Man.
Thank you
Use
very
your
much.
finger.
Use your finger every time.
So, Mike, David Hasselhoff, we're still rooting for him.
Okay.
And he's releasing an album that is a mixture of cover tunes and heavy metal. And he put a tape out yesterday to tease it on Facebook. Here's the thing. This starts out almost okay. And then
and then does he is he loaded again?
Yeah, or something. So here's David. Hey, don't hassle the Hoff.
We're working on the album here, and we're coming out probably what time? Sometime in July. June. Yep. We'll be out in June, and we're doing Lips Like Sugar with Echo and the Bunny Men.
Good
we're
audio.
Doing a couple of remakes of maybe Looking for Freedom. We're doing Head On.
I'm glad you bring up the audio because he is in a recording studio when they're doing this.
How the F do they mess that up?
And I love the fact that he says,
oh, you know what I forgot? I got to thank Maddie Massiello
Yes,
for the fabulous, because there was only one audio part at the end when you did your wrap-up where it was far away, where it was a little like, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming. But the audio was really good, and Rob is hysterically funny. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. God, I forgot to tell you.
Find it on
Instagram.
At the
front of the show.
Yeah, it's on IG.
It's on Instagram. It's Rob just going wild in the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Maddie did a great job.
Pajamas
and
are hilarious.
Oh, my
those are some
God.
shiny pajamas.
Little Bieber bonus at the end. It's hysterically funny, and you got to get this video. It's Rob's night at the God, I'm so mad I didn't remember that. Please check it out. It's super funny. I posted it online.
Maddie
Everybody
made
should
it
see
so
this.
much funnier than it actually is. So thank you, Maddie. I
there you
appreciate
go.
it.
Sorry
Well done.
for doing that at the end of the show, Maddie. I apologize.
All right, let's get back. Don't hassle the Hoff, Mike.
By Jesus and the Mary Chain. And I'm with Adam
Hot mess.
Hamilton and Jürgen Engler, who is actually our German connection. And he and I are.
So he's just blottoed all day, right?
Yeah,
That's what he's doing now.
I mean, it started out like he had one prepared sentence, and then the turn was when he said, "It's coming out in July," and the producer goes, "In June." He says, "Yeah, in June, and then it's just off
because he's famous and he has
Whoever's handler is just
horrible
just put it up.
enablers that let him live this life until they find him in a hotel room. It's ridiculous.
So I have good news for David Hasselhoff. The popular wine company Franzia, they make a lot of big box wines. I'm sure you've seen them
I'm familiar with it. Yeah, yum yum.
At the Martsky household.
Right. Yeah, Franzia.
Well, but who has time sometimes to carry around a big 3-liter box of wine?
Franzia.
What they've come out with, Mike, is a wine drink box. And it looks like you would give a kid a little box of wine. It holds 3.
Sometimes these taste better than you expect.
It holds 3 glasses of wine, so it's a 15-ounce drink box. And
I bet it's sweet.
They're marketing it hard.
Thank you for being a friend.
Really?
Travel down the road and back again.
And what you're seeing is a lot of people with hot, boozy breath singing this song. And thank you for being a Franz, because it's Franzia wine.
You threw a party. Invited everyone you knew.
And if you want to know what the people look like, just go to anywhere in Loudoun County and find a mom, okay?
There you go. Yum, yum. Okay.
Thank you. Mike, thank you for being a friend. Let's close with another song, but one that you'll like better. There's a country singer. He goes by the name of Chris Stapleton, because that's his name. And he has a song called Tennessee Whiskey. And everyone loves it, even the dogs, because this is a dog singing along to Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey.
Alexa, play Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
Good dog. It's going to get other dogs, too, that are listening.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Isn't it cool? I love dogs like that. Big dogs.
Yeah.
Used to spend
And here's the funny thing, Mike. The dog is named Hasselhoff. No, I'm kidding. It's not. That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a good Wednesday, everybody.
That's it. Another one in the can. Thanks for joining us for another riveting episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Great yaks. You can call the Yak Shack anytime, 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673. You can send also your emails to Rob Spiewak with 2 B's for the mailbag on Tuesday. And don't forget, the bonus show, always there for you. If you don't have it, you are missing out. For Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara thanking you for your continued amazing support for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. So long, everybody.
Matty Masiello.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show is made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left. Yes, I have. Look, just a flesh wound.
Napoleon, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day. Besides, we both know I'm training to become a cage fighter.
I wouldn't trust you to lick a postage stamp.